Italy is the third largest economy in the whole Eurozone, but economists and politicians are increasingly anxious that it could lose control of its finances. Tens of thousands of protesters took to the streets of Rome over the weekend to demand that Mr. Berlusconi step down. Let's go there now and join CNN's Matthew Chance. Matthew, can he hang in there, or the odds are he will step down?
Well, it depends who you ask. I mean, if you ask Silvio Berlusconi, he's very confident, and he's been giving interviews like this and broadcasting these statements on the Italian media over the course of the past 24 hours. He's very confident that he can hang on. He says the people who have defected in the parliament to the opposition, he calls them traitors. He says he's confident he can attract them back. And, of course, he's got his own political record on his side. He's survived 51 confidence votes since he came to power, and as another one looms, possibly as early as this week, he is of the expectation that he's going to pull through. But of course, others say that his majority is now gone. There are perhaps 20 to 40 people who have gone over from his coalition to the other side, to the opposition, and so it may be that if he can't attract those people back, then he won't be able to hang on to his majority in the Italian parliament and will have to step aside, Zane.
Just describe to people exactly what kind of a mess Italy is in right now.
Well, its public finances are in a huge mess. I mean, if you take all the concern about Italy's debt, you add it to the concern about Ireland and Spain and Portugal, you still don't get a figure if you combine all those public debts, which is as high as the amount that Italy owes. It owes 1.6 trillion euros. That's the amount of money it's borrowed to pay for its services, for its pensions and things like that. That's $2.6 trillion, which is obviously an enormous amount of money. And it's so big, in fact, that the big concern is that if it can't pay those debts off, if it can't pay the interest on those debts, and it's becoming increasingly difficult because of the interest rates going through the roof, as Nina was just telling us here in Italy, then you know, there's not much the European Union, the IMF can do, because even though they can manage a default in a country like Italy, which has something like $350 billion worth of debt, when it comes to Italy with its 2.6 trillion, it's just simply too big to bail out. There's just not enough money around for the European Union, for the IMF to step in and say, OK, we're going to stand behind those debts. And so what the markets want more than anything else now is for Italy to pull itself together and to implement the kind of tough austerity measures that it needs in order for the markets to have more confidence in its economy, Zane.